Hi, we're really sorry that it was sad that we can't be in Bologna this year. So we kind of discussed and brainstormed over the last days. What can we do? How can we get in touch with you and talk about our favorites? So we decided our first step can be a video about the titles that we love the most. And Jacqueline will start with her favorites from spring and fall this year.
And one of my favorites of the new Loewe books is Bad Bugs, which is just so funny and full of action. We follow the two friends, Stephen and Pete, who want to be famous bug hunters. But as they are quite clumsy, they find themselves running from one mess to another and getting hunted by the bugs. You see, there is a lot going on and a lot to love as well. So I especially love the blue accents in the comic style illustrations.
And Loewe had a really great start, so we can't wait for the new titles.
And for the fall, I'm really looking forward to The Little Dream Sailor, a storytime book with short goodnight stories, and the text and the illustrations create a beautiful atmosphere where you just want to cuddle in your sheets and listen closely. The story adventures are sensitive and creative, and I especially love the idea of the little dreams floating between the clouds here. And what are your favorites, Jinghui?
And this is absolutely one of my favorite, Adela. But sometimes you have this feeling that everything is so difficult or things turn out not in the way that you wanted them to. Or you just perhaps had a very, very bad day. But once you come home, you know that everything is going to be just fine and you're safe. And this is exactly what this book about. It is a story about coming home where you belong to and where you feel safe, and even with a little magic. And here comes the second one, and I'm really looking forward to it. And also another lovely story for girls coming out this summer. Hey Mila, and it's a story about holiday, freedom, fresh air, and sunshine, totally away from your school, from your pressure, from your tough teachers. It is a story about family bound friendship, and there's nothing you can do if you just follow your heart. What's your favorite, Lisa?
Well, my favorite is Amelie and Antonio. It's a storytime book where we meet Amelie and her little stuffed animal rhino, Antonio, and those are actually the best friends in the whole wide world. And so we follow them through their everyday life, their everyday adventures, and each chapter is an independent story where they experience everyday moments like spending time with their grandparents, meeting new friends, and dressing up, stuff like this. So situations every child knows. And for me, especially the sweet illustrations are what makes the storytime book so great. Yes. So, and coming in fall, The Book Eater. And The Book Eater actually is a very popular book by Cornelia Funke, which we now bring into a picture book. And we meet Stan, and Stan gets a box from his grandpa, and in this box is the Book Eater. And the Book Eater is a creature that eats books and after that can tell the stories that he ate. And so together they dive into a world of books and their stories, and for me, Annette Swoboda did a really great job at catching this atmosphere, and yeah, it's very great.
Okay, that's my highlight from our current spring program. It's a YA trilogy which now started, and it's about Adderford and her brother Tobin, who live in a world which is not theirs. And as soon as her brother Tobin disappears, Ada has no reason to stay. She starts searching and travels through the Silver Sea, a rough and cold kingdom of islands, actually a little fallen out of time. A definitely powerful, eloquent narration by Katharina Hartwell. She looks for poetry in the fantasy genre and finds words that give an utterly unique beauty to the world she created. That's what Kai Meier, one of the most successful German authors, says about her, and I join him. I really haven't read a better story since 2004 and can't wait for volume 2 and 3. And great reading fun for younger girls is Eula's story. All you need to know about Eula, her best friend Charlotte, and their new pet, Honey Snoot. This little pony is lost in a park of the city that Eula just needed to move to. Then the two girls find him, and why not take him home? Eula fights and the pony can stay in the garden. So welcome to her life or diary, and find out what happens in Eula's life, her family, or with her new friends and neighbors. They're all quite lucky guys, and I love the combination of a short text with funny illustrations. Lots of outstandingly written words make me or any reader feel like Eula. So much fun. I really can't wait to read her new adventures coming up in fall to the kids that already love Eula, Honey Snoot, and her best friend Charlotte.
And we tried to prepare everything and uploaded our foreign rights catalog as well as novelty list to our cloud, and also added all the information to the titles, so it's easy for you to access everything that you need and that you want to have a look at. And did I forget something?
Just
Take
let us
care.
know. Take care, yeah.
Stay safe.
Yeah.